Learn English with interesting stories. Level 1. A Martian's Tale. So, this is how it happened. One day, I was flying my spaceship, just like every other Martian kid. Everything was normal. I was heading home from school, and I thought I'd take a shortcut through the Milky Way. But guess what? My spaceship made a huge error. Before I knew it, I wasn't heading to Mars anymore. I was heading to a weird blue planet. I landed with a big thud. The planet's name? Earth. Great. Now I was stuck in the middle of nowhere. First thing I noticed about Earth. It's so loud. Cars, people, animals, all making noise. Back on Mars, it's always quiet. Here, everything was bright and noisy. It made me feel like I had landed in some kind of circus. I tried to hide, but humans were everywhere. They looked so strange, 2 eyes, only 2 legs, and no antennas. I was sure they would freak out if they saw me. So, I stayed low and hoped no one noticed me. I was hiding behind a big tree when I saw my first human. She was small and looked like she was playing with something. Her face was smiling, which confused me. I thought humans were scary and angry. But this one looked happy? I stayed hidden, but she saw me. For a second, I thought she was going to scream. But instead, she just waved at me. A friendly wave. What's going on here? I was getting hungry, so I decided to find some food. On Mars, we eat something called rock bites. But on Earth, they have things like pizza, burgers, and ice cream. It was all very confusing. I watched some humans eating, and everything looked so squishy. I finally tried something called a hot dog. It didn't taste like a dog, thankfully. Actually, it was kind of tasty. Earth food wasn't bad after all. I thought Earth people would be scary, but they're not. Everywhere I go, people smile at me. Some even say hi, but they don't know I'm an alien. They think I'm just wearing a funny costume. This planet isn't so bad. I started to feel less scared. Maybe humans aren't the mean, strange creatures I thought they were. Maybe they're friendly. After realizing humans weren't dangerous, I decided to explore the town. Earth buildings are so small compared to the ones on Mars. Everything looks so colorful. Back home, everything is metal and gray. Here, there are parks, houses, and shops everywhere. I passed by a place called a school, where human kids go to learn things. I peeked inside. The kids were laughing and playing. They looked just like Martian kids, except no green skin. I almost felt like joining them. Humans aren't the only weird thing on Earth, there are also animals. I saw something called a dog, and at first, I thought it was a Martian bug. It had fur, for legs, and kept barking at me. I was terrified. But then, the dog came closer, wagging its tail. It didn't attack me. Instead, it licked my hand. Earth animals are strange but kind, just like the humans. While exploring, I found a big building called a library. It's full of books which are like our knowledge cubes on Mars. Humans love to read. I watched as they took books from shelves and sat quietly. I picked up a book called Space Adventures. It talked about spaceships, but it was all wrong. They think space is full of dangerous monsters. They should meet me. I'm not scary at all. Earth kids play a lot of games. I saw them running around, kicking a ball, and playing something called soccer. It looked fun, so I tried to join in. They laughed and passed me the ball. I wasn't good at it. On Mars, we play games in low gravity. But Earth's gravity made everything hard. Still, the kids were nice and let me play. Earth games are fun, even if I kept falling. I knew I couldn't stay on Earth forever. My spaceship was still broken, and I needed to fix it. But Earth technology is so different from Martian technology. They still use things like batteries and wires. How ancient. I went back to the park where I landed, trying to figure out what went wrong. But every time I tried to work, Earth kids would come over, asking questions. They didn't even know I was an alien, they just thought my ship was a toy. One day, a group of human kids asked if they could help me fix my toy spaceship. I thought it was funny. What could Earth kids know about Martian technology? But then they started talking about science and engineering. They were really smart. They gave me ideas I hadn't even thought of. Earth kids might not have space travel, but they're pretty brilliant. I decided to learn more about Earth from the humans. I listened to the kids at school, and they taught me about their world, plants, animals, even the stars in the sky. I realized that Earth is full of knowledge. On Mars, we think we know everything. But humans have a lot of great ideas, even if they do things differently. I was starting to like Earth more and more. The weather on Earth is crazy. On Mars, we have dust storms, but Earth has something called rain. One day, water started falling from the sky. I thought it was some kind of attack, but the humans just laughed and danced in it. I tried it too. Rain is wet and cold, but it's kind of fun. Earth people don't mind getting wet. They just run around in it like it's a game. The more I watched humans, the more I realized how similar we are. They laugh, they play, they get scared, just like us Martians. Sure, they look different and do things in strange ways, but deep down, they're not so different. It made me wonder, why did we ever think Earthlings were scary? They're just normal. Earth clothes are so strange. On Mars, we wear jumpsuits, but humans wear all kinds of things, shirts, pants, hats. One human kid gave me a t-shirt and told me to try it on. It felt weird, but I liked it. I didn't look like an alien anymore. I almost looked like a human, except for my green skin. Maybe I could fit in here after all. One night, I watched something called TV with the human kids. It's like a screen that shows moving pictures. Earth people love watching TV shows about animals, adventures, and even space. It was funny watching their shows about Martians. They thought we were scary monsters with big teeth. I wanted to laugh, if only they knew the real me. One day, I almost got caught. A group of adults came to the park where I was hiding my spaceship. They were asking about a strange flying object they had seen. I panicked, but the human kids helped me hide. They told the adults it was just a big toy. The adults believed them and left. I couldn't believe it. These humans were protecting me. After days of hard work and with help from my new human friends, my spaceship was finally fixed. I was ready to go home to Mars. But now, I didn't want to leave. Earth was starting to feel like home too. The humans had been so nice to me, even though they didn't know who I really was. It made me feel a little sad to say goodbye. The day I left, I waved goodbye to my human friends. They thought I was just going home to another town. Little did they know, I was heading back to Mars. I took off in my spaceship, and as I flew into the sky, I watched Earth get smaller and smaller. It's funny. I came here by mistake, but I left with so many good memories. Back on Mars, I told my Martian friends all about Earth. They couldn't believe how friendly humans were. I laughed when they asked if humans were scary. Earth people are some of the smartest, kindest beings I've ever met. Sure, they're a little weird, but they're brilliant. Maybe one day, I'll go back. Until then, Earth will always be my favorite planet. The end.